Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy is warning there will be, quote, serious consequences if New York doesn't halt its congestion pricing in Manhattan. The state was supposed to stop collecting tolls on Sunday, but it has refused to do so. Duffy has given New York's Department of Transportation until May 21st to show it has stopped toll collection or provide further explanation as to why the program is legal. Now, under the rule, which went into effect in January, passenger vehicles are charged $9 to enter New York City south of 60th Street during peak hours. Motorcycles have to pay $4.50. Trucks and buses are required to pay up to $21. For more, let's bring in Stefanos Chen. He is a reporter for the New York Times covering New York City's transit system. Stefanos, thank you for being here. So Secretary Duffy says the U.S. is not that New York, is not legally permitted to collect these tolls. Why is he arguing that?
Well, the argument that the Trump administration through Secretary Duffy is making is that this program, which has gone through years of federal, state, and local review, they're claiming that, in fact, not enough was done, that this program is beyond the scope of a federal authorization that was used to grant its approval back in January. And so what Secretary Duffy is arguing is that this is something that shouldn't have been approved in the first place, and the federal government is now trying to withdraw that authorization.
Why has Governor Hochul dug her feet in? What are they touting as the success of the program?
Well, the tolls have been on since January 5th, so we now have more than 3 months of data to look at. And the program had always had the twin goals of first reducing congestion in the city. The New York City had some of the most traffic clogged streets in the world. And second is also to provide revenue for the MTA, which runs both the subway, the buses, and the two commuter lines in the region. And so far, all of the metrics that they are measuring have been promising. We've seen a 12.5% reduction in the number of cars and total traffic in this congestion pricing zone. We've seen people's commutes become faster. Buses are moving faster. There's more yellow taxis taking fares, in part because fewer people are driving passenger cars into the area. And the MTA is also on track with the billions of dollars they hope to raise to shore up the subway and the buses and the other systems. So in the eyes of the governor, this is a win-win. And she really is not looking to hit the brakes on this program.
So New York State has until May 21st to respond to the Department of Transportation on whether it will eliminate the program. What happens if they don't? Is this setting up a fight between the federal government and the largest city in the U.S.? And do you think other U.S. cities, L.A., for example, are watching to see what happens?
Yeah, that's a good point. I think this is a real showdown between the federal government and New York. And Governor Hochul's position really does set this to be quite a conflict for months to come, because this is now the third warning that Secretary Duffy has given that the MTA and Governor Hochul have not abided by. There is almost immediately after Secretary Duffy's first threat, they went immediately to federal court. And this case will be wending through the federal court system in Lower Manhattan for at least several months. We expect until the fall. So in terms of the legal reasons why this case, why congestion pricing may stop, it looks as though there's a lot of runway left. But these increased actions by Secretary Duffy, the threats that he made yesterday after the last deadline he provided, now are really threatening quite substantial consequences in the form of the federal government withholding funding for a number of unspecified transportation projects in the state, and also just the threat of these punishments escalating in the months to come.
Wow. Stefanos Chen, thank you so much.